Music brings us together, even when we're apart. That's why we support Canadian musicians, festivals, and award shows. It's just one of the ways TD's Ready commitment helps build a more inclusive tomorrow.
Good evening, welcome. Juliette Dunn here, and this is the Livestream Love Jazz series. And I'm very excited to be with you here this evening. A little bit of a different backdrop if you tune in normally. I'll tell you why that is in a second. I'm actually inside the house and not the studio this evening because some other exciting things are happening outside. So we'll get to that shortly. Before we start the show, let me just play this slide for you here. Super important. Everyone's devices are different, so sometimes my voice will come through quite loud and then it won't sound as loud afterwards. Best advice is to plug in your headphones. So I'll give you a few seconds to grab those, but we do find best results if you plug in your headphones. Okay, and I'd like to also just say a shout out to our official volunteer sponsor. I spoke with him today. His name is Ron Minkin from Minkin Employment Lawyers, and he's our show sponsor for this evening. He's sponsored a few shows and also our exclusive volunteer sponsor. We actually have some volunteers on our property tonight preparing for an impromptu jazz jam, which I will tell you about at the end of the show. But let's get to our special guest for this evening. So many of you have tuned in the first time, and we've been working on this show and putting in a lot of effort to bring you the best show possible because we had some technical difficulties the first time. And so we've actually got our artist live for you, but he's pre-recorded his pieces, and we're very excited to bring him on board. He was born in Winnipeg, and he moved to Toronto in the late 1960s, and he is one of Canada's pride and joy in the jazz world. His name is Bernie Senensky. He's been playing piano. He started at the age of 9, playing classical from the age of 9 to 15, and then just had one teacher. And I'd like to talk to him a bit about that when he comes on in a second, because after that he was self-taught. He has played and toured with Mo Kaufman for over 20 years, and also with the likes of Chet Baker, Art Blakey, Art Farmer, and a long, long list of incredible jazz artists. So let me bring on our artist for this evening, because I'd like to ask him a few questions before we get started. So here he is the man of the hour, Bernie Senensky. And there he is, yay! Hey, Bernie,
Hello.
How you doing? Hello, we made it.
We made it finally, yeah.
Oh my gosh. You've put in so much effort to doing the show, and we really appreciate it. These are challenging times, and it's all new, and but you've got a great connection. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and I know, and thank you to your friend who's letting us use her computer internet connection so that you can be plugged into the Ethernet and all of that. Mm-hmm. I'm probably saying the wrong thing, but you know what I mean. So how are you doing there? You're in Toronto, right?
I am, yeah.
How are things?
Well, they look kind of Toronto-like, you know, the usual. Starting to rain a bit, did you notice?
Well, I think it's coming to you guys first and then maybe heading our way. We're hoping it just kind of goes around us. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. So how have you been doing these past few months with the COVID situation?
Staying in a lot, of course.
Yeah.
Going out once a week to buy groceries, basically. You know. Trying to practice a bit, keep my fingers moving, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, same as everybody, I think.
Yeah, just playing it safe.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, speaking of keeping the fingers moving, what's the longest you've gone? What's the longest you've gone without playing the piano in your life?
Probably this time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like a couple of days at a time, or like a week, or
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still play sometimes, as much as I can, but it just seems without doing actual gigs, it makes it hard.
Yeah, kind of loses the point for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Couple more questions I wanted to ask you. Who would you say your biggest influence would be, piano player or not, in the jazz world?
There's a few, one is Bill Evans,
Nice.
Oscar Peterson, Herbie Hancock, uh, um, who else? Cedar Walton,
Mm.
and about 500 more.
Yeah.
So
Long,
many.
long list.
Yeah,
So,
Bud Powell.
yeah.
Mhm.
So only one teacher, Bernie, until the age of 15 and then self-taught?
That's right. Yeah. Classical lessons from Clara Perlman,
Hmm.
Renee, and after that, one person whose name was Bob Erlinson, great
And that
piano, great teacher in Winnipeg.
in Winnipeg. And from what age was that with Bob?
I don't know, maybe 12, 15, around there.
And he taught you the jazz?
And he taught me the jazz.
Nice.
He got it. Yeah, yeah.
He gave you the jazz
Yeah.
bug. Well, we're
Yeah.
happy he did. We're really happy he did. So we have a great program lined up that you've lined up for us with a lot of your compositions.
Mhm.
And that was one of my other questions as well. So at what age was your first composition then?
Oh, that's a good question. Because actually, I found a notebook with all my early compositions, and I think it was from the early 60s,
Right.
61, 62. And a couple musicians from Winnipeg who are in Toronto now. One is Dave Young, the bass player,
Yeah.
of course. Another one is Lenny Bro, fantastic guitarist. I used to play with them, and one of the tunes I wrote for Dave Young,
Ah,
Ode to a Young Man or something like that. And I came across it a couple weeks ago, and I brought it out to a gig that I was doing with him. And
did he
surprised-
remember? Did he remember it?
Well, vaguely,
Yeah.
but yeah. So yeah,
Very nice. Very nice.
that's
Well,
interesting.
yeah, so the first composition that we're going to play this evening is called More Than That. And
Right.
when did you compose that one? How far back does that one go?
Well, that wasn't that far back, maybe 10 years or so, 10, 15 at that. And that was dedicated to Bill Evans, great pianist, composer Bill Evans. And the way I got the title was, somebody asked me what I thought of Bill Evans, and I asked them what they thought of it, and they said, "Well, he's a good piano player." And then I thought, well, he's more than that.
Right?
He's more than that. So that's where the title.
Oh, literally more than that.
More than
Okay.
that.
So in homage of Bill Evans, More Than That,
Yeah.
composed by
Yeah.
Bernie Senensky. Here we go. Nice. What a great sound on that piano.
Oh, thank you.
What
Very
kind-
old, very old, like
What
me.
the piano? What age is the piano?
I'm not sure. Probably in the 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Heinzmann upright.
Very nice. Yeah, what a great sound. I'm really glad that you got to pre-record and we've got such a great connection there. It's just night and day from before. So thank you. We're just thrilled to
Oh,
listen
my pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could finally do it, and you know.
Us,
Okay.
we are as well. Sorry, I keep cutting you off, so I'll have to
No, that's okay.
calm my excitement. The next tune, Bernie, is called Bud Lines Run Deep. A reference to Bud Powell?
Of course, yeah. Who else?
Yeah. Tell us
Yeah.
tell us a bit about the tune.
Well, it's basically a rhythm tune. I got rhythm tune, which is it's kind of standard jazz repertoire, and it's I guess it's in his style. He was one of my influences. So, in homage to him.
Excellent. Looking forward to hearing this. So this is Bud Lines Run Deep, composed by Bernie Senensky. Wow, but lines run deep, very deep indeed. Oh my gosh! So tell us about your process when you compose, because
Um,
it's
there's really no process, you know. I just
it
whatever
flows.
comes to me, you know. I just fool around, play some things, and get some ideas. I
Do
don't
you,
know. I
so
can't figure it out myself.
so do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and like, oh, I've got a tune, and then get up and bang it out or write it down or
I think that's happened a couple times. Yeah,
amazing. It
yeah.
just flows through you.
Mm.
Nice. So
Uh-huh.
this next composition, Bernie, is called "In My Life."
Mhm.
What's that one about?
Um, that's sort of a classically based tune.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to write something, in those lines, and I didn't realize there was a tune with the same title written by one of the Beatles,
Right.
right? So when I recorded it, um, I think I looked up something or other. I looked up the name of the tune and realized he was listed as the composer. I
Right.
didn't realize it. Anyway, it worked out okay.
Yeah. Nice. So here's "In My
But
Life." Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
oh no, I was just going to say it's sort of a classical melody, chords, and yeah.
Oh. Oh no. I think
Go
Bonnie
ahead.
paused it so you could finish that thought.
That goes into jazz lines, and I think there's maybe a bit of Latin in this one too. I can't remember if I did
Nice.
on this one.
So just before we get into the tune, you can't remember. I like it. That means you've composed quite a few pieces in the past, Bernie. Yeah.
I think it's about at least 100, maybe probably more than 100.
You know it's a lot when you lose track. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. And
So,
there are some that I hear the title or I hear it being played somewhere, and I can't remember the name.
but you recognize that you wrote it.
Yeah, well, I know that it's my tune, but I've recorded it somewhere. Let's say it's on an old tape or something, and I listen to this tune, and I'm thinking, oh, that's nice. I'd like to play it. So, but what do I look for? What title do I look? I can't remember the title. Anyways,
Wow. Well, I hope you're getting royalties for those tunes that you hear
I
playing.
hope so too.
Keep track of that.
Yeah, right.
Dear SoCan.
Right.
Well, here we go. Here's "In My Life" by Bernie Senensky. Very nice. Classical meets jazz.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. What would your classical influences be? We talked about some jazz influences, but when you studied classical at the beginning?
Chopin, Bach, Beethoven, the
Yeah,
usual.
the
usual.
classics.
Yeah, yeah.
Any favorites? You have an all-time favorite classical composer?
I'd say Bach, Chopin. No, I don't have one favorite.
No favorite. But it's
I would
really,
say so.
that was a beautiful composition. Really,
Yeah,
really
thank
nice.
you.
Yeah. You've got one that I'm pretty sure you wrote recently, being cooped up during COVID.
Hmm.
Am I right? The cooped up blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
month? Which month of being cooped up? Because we've been cooped up for a few now.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it around the beginning or when we were all going really crazy?
It- probably. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strange reality. A strange reality, and that one has lyrics to it, right?
That's right.
Yeah, because
And
we
if you check your email, I sent you a copy.
recently.
Yeah, just about an hour ago.
Oh, okay. So
So
am
I
I supposed to?
expect you to sing it.
Oh my gosh! Well, I don't want to ruin the tune, but I am going to play it now, and I'm gonna then pull up my email while it's playing and see what I can do backstage. But I will not butcher your cooped up blues. Excellent. But hopefully, what I'd like to say is, hopefully one day we can get out and do some gigs somewhere, and I'll come where you're doing one, and maybe I'll sit in and sing cooped up blues with you,
All right.
or vice versa. We'll get you out to Niagara, out to the studio, and have a jam.
Sure.
Okay, great.
Good.
And in the meantime, here's Bernie Senensky's composition, Cooped Up Blues, for you to enjoy from the safety of your own homes. Bernie Senensky's Cooped Up Blues, and hopefully not cooped up for too much longer.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, we've all got a bit of those blues lately for sure, but it's nice. The weather's been great. I don't know about you. I've lived in Ontario, 17 years, I think, and it's the hottest and driest summer I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You've been out here since, like, you were in Winnipeg at the beginning?
At the beginning, I was in. Yeah.
At the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then you came out to Toronto in the 60s, late 60s?
Yeah, I lived in Edmonton for a few years, and then from Edmonton came out to Toronto in 1968. So I've been here since 1968. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're not going anywhere else. That's it.
Who
knows for sure? But you've toured quite a bit, and especially with Mo Kaufman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any favorite countries that you've toured to? Cities?
Oh boy.
Audiences?
we were not only with Mo, but I did a lot of touring with Peter Appleyard and other people, but mostly with those people. And of course, Dizzy Gillespie joined us for about 7 years of those 20 that I played with Mo.
Incredible.
With Dizzy, yes, it was really neat.
Jazz history. You're a living legend, Bernie.
Oh,
you are.
Okay, which is the definitive word of that?
Amazing. We're so honored to have you. Well, we're so honored to have you as part of our series. We really are.
Oh, thanks.
We really are. And so far, we've heard your compositions, and the next tune is actually the first composition that isn't yours, by
really?
a living jazz pianist, Denny Zeitlin.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Denny.
Well, I don't really know too much about him. I know he's, his main thing was not piano player. I think he was I guess he's still around.
Yeah, he's 82, I saw.
Yeah, I think he's a doctor or psychiatrist or I can't remember what.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at his bio.
Ring a bell?
Well, father was a radiologist who played piano by ear, and the mum was a speech pathologist. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, really good jazz pianist, and this is a beautiful tune of his called "Quiet Now," and it was recorded by Bill Evans. That's where I first heard it. So,
looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah.
So, "Quiet Now," composed by Denny
Quiet.
Zeitlin. I hope I'm pronouncing Zeitlin. I can see why you chose that tune. That is gorgeous.
Beautiful tune, eh? Isn't it?
Yeah. Do you remember where you discovered it? So you discovered it through the Bill Evans version. And
Yes.
yeah, just beautiful.
Yeah.
Really nice. Thanks for that.
Hmm.
Thank you. So we're going to throw in, I know we were going to do it towards the end of the show, but we want to make sure we didn't run out of time. So we're going to kind of throw it in the middle. I'm going to give Bonnie a couple of seconds to pull it up. We're going to pull up an organ tune, Cole Porter's It's All Right With Me. And how long have you been playing the organ?
Oh, let's see. Quite a while, actually. 15 years. 20
Okay.
years, perhaps. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I have one. I have a keyboard organ, but I have the real one at home, and the one I'm playing on this version was at Humber College where I was teaching, and it's their organ. It's sort of in the back behind the stage.
Ah.
That's where that comes from.
Very cool. So is it a Hammond?
It's a B3. Yeah, it's a great organ. They've got a couple, and they're both really great.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So
Yeah.
we'll look forward to hearing this. And I don't know if you knew, but we have a Hammond B3 series coming up that we just confirmed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
so we're going to...
Hello.
We
Let's
need
talk.
Yeah, exactly. We need to get you out here to see this. This is our first annual, and then hopefully we can get you in the second annual. But we'd love to get you out here. So I'll let you know the date. I think it's I'll put up the slide later on. September 12th, October 3rd, double bill. And we know we've wanted to get you out here, so it would be great to see you out here. Yeah. So here, here's so it's Cole Porter. It's All Right With Me. And on Hammond B3, Bernie Senensky. Oh.
Here we are.
Yeah, there we are. It was a little bit shorter than I expected, but I don't know if that was if we got the whole tune in there.
I think
It
there's
was
a
a
little
short.
bit
No,
more.
it was a short one. Okay, I'm looking at the time code.
Yeah.
That was Cole Porter's. It's all right with me. I was just so caught up in the speed at which you play. What a different beast too, right? Learning the organ as opposed to the
Yeah.
piano.
Sometimes it's easier to play fast on it because the you know the action is a lot lighter than a piano.
Yeah,
So if you play piano, you know when you go to an organ, wow, I can play like crazy.
like lightning, like lightning. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
how often, like, you play piano more than organ though? Would you say?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Had a couple of nice steady gigs um, at a place called the Joe Mama's in Toronto with um, an organ trio led by Nathan Hiltz, and
Oh, nice.
Morgan Childs was on drums, and saxophone player Ryan Oliver. Yeah, the quartet. We played every Sunday for I think about 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good company. Those guys are great. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with the sax player, but
Yeah.
Nathan
There's a couple
Morgan.
of there's a couple of recordings that we have called
N-
group is called Organic.
Organic. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Did,
sort of
did,
makes sense, right?
totally. Did
Yeah.
did that gig stop because of COVID, or was it just another reason that the
No,
gig stopped?
no. It stopped because the why did it stop?
Did the
Um, I think the management, you know, wanted a change or
right?
something. I'm not sure. And I think the building is still vacant. You know, it's been a
Wow.
few years. Yeah.
So
It's like
did you lose? I mean, I'm sure, like most musicians, you lost a lot of work because of the pandemic. And are
oh
some
yeah.
gigs? Yeah, are some coming back now, or
Uh, not really. Although there's the odd thing that's happening. You know, uh, Jazz Bistro in Toronto has started. I think they're starting to have people in, and I just played a gig there last night actually
how did that
with
go?
pretty good, pretty good. With Bill McBurney
Nice.
on flute, Dave Young on bass, and myself on piano. And yeah, we had actual people in there listening while we were there playing.
So was that your first gig, kind of out in front of an audience since the shutdown?
I think so. Yeah, I
Wow.
think yeah.
So they had them, because I know there's a couple of levels in the bistro, so just kind of spaced out. Were people wearing masks? I guess they have to, right?
Well, I was wearing a mask. Oh, and
Wow.
they had the plexiglass across the front of the stage.
Wow. Good, playing
And
it safe
I don't know if I didn't notice too many masks. I guess there were some people,
in
and
the
there weren't
audience.
that many people in. Also, you know, it just started, so it was.
Yeah. So you played the whole gig with a mask, though, yeah?
Yeah, it's very hot.
I bet. Yeah. What a strange new world, for
Mhm.
sure.
And we had one of the patrons that came was uh, uh, what's her name? Emily. Uh,
Claire
Emily.
Barlow? No. Singer?
No. Sorry. Anyway, she's Lenny Bro's daughter. Lenny,
Okay.
our player daughter, Hughes, Emily Hughes,
Very nice.
who is a fantastic filmmaker, and she did a lot of documentaries on Lenny Bro that are really good. If you ever get a chance, check them
Oh,
out.
yeah, I will. I
Yeah,
will. So that was
yeah,
nice to have her in the audience.
yeah. And of course, we had to play Emily.
Oh, I love that tune.
Yeah,
Emily. Yeah, it's
yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful. Speaking of beautiful tunes and great composers, as well as yourself, you have a Jimmy Van Heusen tune lined up here. I Thought About You.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tunes. I,
It
I,
must.
gener- I generally start with that tune at the beginning of a set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's one. Yeah.
So here it is, Jimmy Van Heusen's I Thought About You for Bernie Senensky. I Thought About You. Bernie Senensky with Jimmy Van Heusen composition. Love, love, love your piano playing, Bernie, and I wish we could keep going. I can't
Thank
believe how yeah, it's
Are we done already? Holy
well,
cow.
no, we're gonna
Where'd the
squeeze.
hour go?
I know we're gonna squeeze in a couple more, but
Good.
I wanted to check with you. We've got a couple of your compositions. Would you like to finish with those? One is called "Come to Me,"
Sure.
and the last one was "New Life Blues." I thought we could play.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Did you want to tell us anything about either of those compositions?
Not really. They sort of say it
With the
themselves,
music?
you know?
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. It's Come to Me, My Honeybee is that. And New Life Blues was for my son when he was born.
How old's your son now?
85. Seems like. No.
It was a
No,
while
he's-
ago.
No, he's in his 40s.
He's in his 40s. Nice. Okay, so we'll start with "Come to Me" and we'll finish with "New Life Blues," and then I'll see after that.
Okay.
Bernie Senensky, everyone, here for the TD Niagara Jazz Festival's live stream Love Jazz Series. Ha-ha! And that was self-taught then, Bernie? That style? All the Montunos and the Latin style?
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah, I don't play that too often, but yeah.
Really nice, very fun. That's Come to Me. That was a Bernie Senensky composition, and we're going to close out Bernie's show with another composition called New Life Blues. And Bernie, I'm looking at your list. We might have to do another show one of these days because we got it all lined up. We've got enough material, and you put in so much work recording them. So, yeah, excellent. Well, thanks so much.
Okay.
Let's listen to your last tune, and then we'll do an official au revoir, and I'll get out of your way here. Bernie Senensky wrote that for his son, called New Life Blues. Thanks, Bernie. It was a great way to end the session with those two upbeat tunes. Really great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My pleasure.
Very lively, and like I said, we've got more tunes that we wanted to play, and normally we'd go over time, but what's happening tonight I wanted to tell you about, and our other viewers as well, is Terry Clark. It was his birthday yesterday, and he's actually here in Niagara, and he's doing a jam session in our backyard.
I'll be right there.
Seriously, you should come over. So John Sherwood, Randy Sturtzinger is here, Kevin Lipashak. I haven't been outside, but they're gonna, and we're also going to be just practicing our live streaming techniques with the guys there. So we may go live later, or we may just record it. But that's why I'm just gonna. Sometimes I can go over, but I can't go much more over because I have to go and make sure everybody's staying. I've got to be the police officer, right? Because we got a social distance back there. We're outside, but it'll be fun. And we've been trying to get you out here, so we hope you can come out here soon.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, that would be great. We really enjoyed your program. Thanks so much for all of the hard work recording them. I know it's a strange new world having to do it this way, but it was very much enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun. It was fun. Had a great time. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely, our pleasure. Stay backstage so I can come back and say bye-bye. I'm just going to do a little bit of promo at the end of the show, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes backstage.
Okay.
Thanks, Bernie. So once again, everyone, Bernie Senensky on piano and on Hammond B3. If you didn't get to see that, that was in the middle of the show. And yeah, we'd love to have him back. What a great show, what a great program. And speaking of Hammond, we have, let me just find it here, our Hungry for Hammond series. So I'll put it up here and talk in the background a little bit. We have funding from the Niagara region, from the Niagara Investment in Culture Fund, and we're very grateful for that, which is helping us with also the help of TD to do the Hungry for Hammond series. We're doing 2 parts. Part 1, Organomics and the Matt Weidinger Band. That's on Saturday, September 12th. And on Saturday, October 3rd, Part 2 is JV's Boogaloo Squad and the Joint Chiefs of Soul featuring Lance Anderson. So we do it here on our property, Shady Acre Studio in the north end of St. Catharines. You don't get the address unless you buy a ticket. And we're doing it socially distanced. We have tents where you can have 1 to 6 people. Or we have I don't know how much you heard there. We have duos and groups of 6, but we can only do 33 people. And it will be live streamed for everybody who cannot attend. Dinner's included in the price of the ticket. Off the top of my head, a single is $79 plus HST. And the tent is $4.99, but again, you can have up to 6 people, so it works out quite well. You get a swag bag if you sign up for the tent, and it's a very fun event, intimate, and it's here in the Niagara region. So why not come out, make a weekend of it, do the wineries, etc. It's all on our website. Oh no, it's not on our website yet because I'm telling you about it now, and the newsletter's going out to our Jazz Hands donors first, and our VIP members first, and then it'll go out to the general public later this week. So if you're interested in finding out about fun stuff like that we do ahead of everybody else, donate to the festival. You get a charitable receipt, and then you'll be part of the Jazz Hands Club member. So that's NiagaraJazzFestival.com. What else would I like to say? Oh, I'm going to put up this slide as well. Speaking of which, just a second. So it is our pleasure to bring these shows to you complimentary, but of course any donations can help. And also, I put this up earlier, I'm going to put it up again. That's Bernie's PayPal link, so to tip the artists this evening. So that's for Bernie Senensky. My name's Juliette Dunn. TD Niagara Jazz Festival, that was the live stream Love Jazz series. We do jazz every other Friday now, and so in 2 Fridays from now, it's Brian Dickinson on piano. And it's next weekend because we added this extra show in. So next weekend on the 28th is Brian Dickinson. We also have on the 29th our Jazz for the Ages youth competition, which will be live streamed only. But you can tune into that as well on our social media channels, Facebook and YouTube. And then on Sunday from Vancouver, Itamar Erez on guitar and piano, and he's joined by, Kevin Romaine, I believe is his drummer's name. I need to double check that, but that'll be a lovely performance. So Fridays we're doing jazz, and every other Sunday we're doing world music with our live stream Love World Series. I've said enough. I'm going to bid you good night. Stay tuned. Maybe later you might see a bit of Terry Clark's birthday jazz jam, and if not, maybe he'll let us use some of the stuff we're going to record tonight as we play around with our StreamYard and filming. Okay, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.